Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to crochet a pouch that I want to store my crochet hooks in. Originally, I wanted to crochet a yarn hammock, but I went to the shops with my cousin in the morning as soon as it opened, and they didn't have the hooks that I wanted. They had these hooks that you actually physically hammer into the wall, and I didn't want something so permanent. So then I went to the hardware store, which is like 10 steps away from the grocery store, and they didn't have any hooks whatsoever. So I decided, along the lines of organization, let's just crochet a little pouch that I can put my crochet hooks in. Lately, I've been crocheting a lot freehand. Like right now, I'm actually in the process of crocheting a hexagon cardigan, but I just need more yarn. I've only got 2 more balls of yarn left, and that's not nearly enough to make the other half. So since I'm not going to a yarn shop anytime soon, I was like, you know what, let me just use up this yarn for other projects. And this is what the hexagon cardigan is looking like so far. I think it looks really cool. Nothing like it's not like anything I've ever owned before, and it's not like something I thought that I would wear. But anyways, I started off by looking for a tutorial on YouTube, and I found this really easy tutorial to follow. So I started off by chaining the width that I wanted. I wanted it wide enough to fit all my crochet hooks and any other crochet hooks that I will buy in the future, and then I started single crocheting until I reached the length that I wanted. I actually really don't like single crochet projects because it takes so long. Like in my other video, I crocheted a whole bag using single crochets, and oh my gosh, it took so long. It took me like 4 days to make, which I don't know if it's because I'm a slow crocheter or what, but I don't like single crochets. But they do look nice and neat, so I understand why they're used. I prefer like double crochets and probably even triple crochets because the project is made a lot quicker. But yeah, and on the topic of organization, it just made me realize that in my house in England, my yarn was so out of control, and I didn't even have a proper place to put my crochet hooks either. So in my house now in Zimbabwe, I have 0 storage, 0 organization. So hopefully in a bit I can make the yarn hammock that I wanted to make, so my yarn is just not all over the floor. And that's what's stopping me from wanting to buy more yarn as well. Whenever I go yarn shopping, my mum is like, why don't you take more? Why don't you just get more colours that you can just use another time? I don't have anywhere to store it, and I hate it when yarn is just all over the place. But yeah, I'll make the yarn hammock after searching the whole of Zimbabwe for these wall hooks. I know they sell some in England, but that's so irrelevant. But they sell some in England with like sticky backs they can just stick onto the wall and reposition it. But these hammer ones are just I don't want it so permanent, and if I don't want it on the wall anymore, I'm gonna have to plaster the wall because it's gonna have holes in it, and that's just annoying. Alright, so after I made the body of this pouch, I decided to single crochet everything together. So I single crocheted both sides, and at this point I stopped watching the tutorial because I just didn't really want to follow a tutorial anymore. I just wanted to do my own thing. So I single crocheted it all closed, and then I started putting in 5 single crochets in each single crochet that I did, but I used pink yarn instead to make the ruffles. So after I did 5 single crochets, then I slip stitched into the next stitch, and then I just repeated that process. So 5 single crochets in 1 single crochet, and then slip stitch in the next stitch, and it created such cute small ruffles. I think it came out really nice, and I just repeated that process on the other side as well. And in the tutorial they had a flap that you can put down and click closed so your things don't fall out, but I don't have those clips. I have them in England but in Zimbabwe they don't sell them, and the craft shops are really far from where I live. So I'm like, alright, let's try and be a bit creative and see what we can do so my crochet hooks don't fall out. And I just made the container just a little bit taller so you can't even see my crochet hooks, and they're a lot less likely to fall out. That's the best solution that I could think of. But honestly, I need to start finding these things. I need clips, I need eyes for plushies, and I also need a hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, and bamboo skewers so I can make flowers. But all these things are so hard to find in Zim. But I will find a place, or if not, I can even try and buy in South Africa instead, because they will definitely have those type of things. So after I did the ruffles, I was completely finished with this project. I think it turned out really cute. I'm loving the combination pink and white. It's just so girly and it's just so cute. So I just realized it matches the bag that I made in my last video, and I love that bag so much. It's so pretty, and I don't even like tote bags, but I like this one, and it just matches the colors really well. I think this will be my new crochet bag. I can just put my pouch in there with my crochet hooks and then fill it with yarn and take it everywhere I go. But yeah, this was a really quick and easy project to do, and it took me like just 2 hours to make. I did take a long break, even though I promised myself not to get up until this project is complete. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you in the next one.